You know what we didn't do, Bob?
What?
We have Scoot from the channel Scootish on Twitch with us today. And
These guys are always here.
We have Jordan Fringe from the YouTube channel and Twitch, but go to the YouTube channel Jordan Fringe. They are both amazing creators, and that's who we're about to make this whole episode with, so you have context for the next hour in case you didn't see any of the other episodes they were both in.
They don't need to know who I am.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!
Again!
Yay. Look at this spread we got.
I know, we got a whole spread. It's been here for like 10 minutes
Look
and
at
I
these
want to eat it
spreads
so
we got.
bad.
That's one of my favorite words.
If you're listening to the audio of this, you might hear some munching and crunching, depending on who's game enough to try and eat while talking. But we have a
Why'd
whole...
you look at me?
We have a whole spread.
Why'd you look at me like I was...
You have a whole spread in front of us to eat and snack on while we talk about games we're thankful for. I think is the idea that we had.
Yeah, it's a loose.
It's loose. We'll see,
idea.
see where we get with it. Also, this is a week after Thanksgiving, actually, because last time we talked about Pokemon.
We had
we
to.
couldn't-
It was very important.
we couldn't
for us to
not.
talk about- and we ended up talking for a very long time
Yes.
about Pokemon.
And then we did the bonus episode after for Patreon. Ended up talking for an hour in that too. We had a lot to say.
Yeah, we should make that an episode, and for this one, just eat.
Okay, put this on the bonus.
Yeah, sure. Patreon subscribers are eating good last week.
Yeah, they really are. They might tonight too.
They're
We
eating
don't know.
good only for $5 a month.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's
That is
only
crazy.
$5 a month?
It is only $5 a month.
Wow. Now that...
And you get
That's a
like
good
30
price.
episodes to watch.
Wow.
That's how many hours of content is that?
That's at least
15?
a lot.
15. That's at
It's
least
at least a lot.
15. Yeah.
Wow.
This is going to be a very cozy episode, as you can tell. We're not. I don't want to say we're not taking this one too seriously.
We already
but
had our coffee.
The vibes are chill. I'm still waiting for somebody to take a bite of something.
I'm afraid to.
Keep looking at me like I'm jumping in there first.
Also, I just
Jump
had
in there.
breakfast, so I feel like I'm like good.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I'm not hungry either. But
What a waste.
You know, I'll go. I'll have a cheese.
well, that's why when Kim was like, "You should go get everyone breakfast," I was like, "You have all this food," and we're like, "We're gonna do like a dinner in like 3 hours."
That was not. The breakfast was nice.
The breakfast.
That was a
nice.
very good
Like,
sandwich.
well, I didn't make it, but I
You
did.
got it. You went and got it.
You know what I'm thankful for more than video games?
What?
Everybody
say it.
in this room right
I
now.
knew he was gonna
my
say it. I
God.
knew you were gonna do
Oh,
that.
this cheese is pretty good.
Are we gonna kiss?
Okay, is this finally gonna happen? Come on.
This is the same for the
Give
Patreon.
just give them what they want.
All right, how do you want to structure this? Do we have someone go first? Do we just throw out a game?
I feel like I need to think about this one. I should have made a
maybe-
list.
Maybe you should have
I-
before the cameras turn
Yeah,
on.
I know. I got
Unprepared.
thrown into the idea 2 seconds ago.
true.
Unprepared.
Maybe we
I
just throw out some games.
I mean, it sucks that the games I'm most thankful for are games like Valorant. Because that's a game that, like, you know, lets me play with people and gives
Yeah,
me
you
a
get to play
chance
with
to
your
hang out
friends.
with people. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think a
People
lot
who
of
I don't live near, you know?
I agree. I think a lot of the bonding between the three of us and then Bingle Preston over there on the couch
Fried
Yeah.
biscuits.
has come from playing Valorant. I think we've all got a little closer, and I know like you especially. We bonded over playing video games and kind of became friends from needing a fifth in Valorant. And now you're in my house for Friendsgiving. And you just arrived, and that's the only reason you don't have a microphone.
But for me, it's that and also Warzone are the, like, I had a long distance girlfriend up until about a week ago. And thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No,
And
they broke up. That's why.
That was our dates, was going into Warzone and Valorant. Yeah,
I know.
I swear to God.
Hey, babe, want to go get dinner in Verdansk?
Basically.
Initially, you wouldn't even want to play with us because you'd be playing with her.
Yeah.
And it was like your date night, and we would like get in the way. But then
Sometimes.
eventually we got welcomed in.
Yeah.
I think the funniest part was when they were on a losing streak and Hannah just wanted to win, where she canceled their date night and was like, no, we're playing with them. We're
Yeah,
getting
no.
a squad.
She's very back and forth. She's like, I want to play with people. No, I want to play seriously. We got to take it seriously because I want to win. And that, yeah, sometimes she would message everybody and be like, everybody get in. We need a
love that.
good game right now.
I love that because a lot of you don't mind if we play casual or ranked, but I always only want to play ranked. That's all I care about. And Hannah's always the one that's like, screw it, let's do a rank.
Well, she wants to rank, but
Yeah, I know.
but a lot of times when we play ranked, we're gonna derank.
Hey,
We're
well,
just
there's a
screwing
reason.
around.
Fine.
There's a reason why she's silver and you're bronze.
She's not.
No, I everyone blames circumstances. I think really I am not the best.
No.
I think it's how good I'm doing.
We're-
And if I'm doing good, we're fine.
The only one on our Valorant roster that's any good is Fried Biscuits.
Biscuits, this is my theory, and I would never have it any other way. I never want you to not play with us. But he is so good, like 30, 40 kills a game. We are getting put into biscuit lobbies with biscuit level players.
D-rank. Throw.
gonna
I
D-rank.
keep telling you, throw.
When me and Hannah play alone, it's hit or miss. Sometimes we're crushing it. Sometimes we're top of the server every time. And sometimes we just get absolutely annihilated. I think it doesn't know what to do with us when we're playing by ourselves.
I don't think it knows what to do with us when we play with biscuits.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get games where we absolutely demolish them
Yeah.
and we don't even lose a round. But most times it's just
This
biscuits
is
carrying and us losing.
this episode's taken a while to come out, but we still haven't played Warzone 2, and I'm excited to jump back into it. I haven't touched
Yeah.
Warzone in a really long time, and I loved Warzone, but it got really stale really quick.
Yeah.
Now Warzone 2's out, and we tried to play it for all of 2 seconds the day it came out because its surprise came out. Broken as all hell. It looked like it was gonna work about 14 times.
Yeah,
And
you
that just
couldn't
never
even
got off
like
the ground.
get in, and then when Biscuit, Scoot, and I finally got in, we were getting into the lobbies, but then they would like just slowly drip down. Everyone would leave, and then it would never actually start.
Yeah.
So-
I had it. I got to the point where I can get into the game, and when I would start, you know how it's got 2 screens. It's got Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. Click Warzone 2, and the game just crashes.
We couldn't even get the friend list to load. We couldn't join each other in the friends list.
Yeah.
But
I assume it's better now.
Yeah, and I think for us, this is a little weird to be talking about these games on a Nintendo podcast. We always feel like we have to shy away from talking about these games.
It's a
And
Nintendo podcast.
I think it's true. I think sometimes people find it weird to hear us talk about these kind of games because we only ever talk about Nintendo. But yeah, games like Valorant and Warzone are actually games that can bring people together and you have a fun time playing with friends.
Hot take. I think people are scared to admit that they like those games.
I think,
It's one of those like popular games that's like not cool to like.
yeah, I know.
Listen,
it's
I'll
not,
say
yeah.
I'm brave. I play Fortnite.
That's crazy.
I enjoy it.
Now, what do you play it on?
I play it on PC.
Can I get even crazier? I play and enjoy League of Legends.
I don't know if we can have you on this.
Yeah,
podcast.
that's a little too far, man.
So
That's lame as fuck, dude.
no, I don't think that's lame at all. I love Dota 2. That's my obviously League of Legends because it's the same thing. That's one of my favorite games. It's actually the game I have the most amount of hours in. And I never talk about it because people just don't care to hear about it. But
Yeah.
it's the same thing as League.
I love League, and this series of Worlds was the most fantastic championship ever. It was amazing. I lived and died with SKT1.
So you're thankful for League?
Oh, I don't want to say that.
I have,
You can
I have
be thankful
respect
for League.
I have respect for the players of League
Yeah.
because I can't play those games
I-
for heck.
I just like watching it. I was gonna go to Worlds in New York, but I got a little sick, so I didn't go because I didn't want to be in a huge crowd of people.
What is Worlds? Is that the championship?
Yeah, it's like the Super Bowl for League of Legends. It was incredible. It was in all of Madison Square Garden.
I
for
have.
a week or two.
I remember that. Yeah.
But this season was so incredible because the 2 teams in the finals, you had Faker, who is considered like the best guy in this game, and he's been the best for like years and years. And he's just trying to get one more championship before he like kind of retires. And then you have this other guy who like it's just never worked out for him. And he was gonna retire and do his like 2 years in the military that he has to do as a Korean citizen.
God, yeah.
So it's both really their like last chances to get the like championships, and it was just a really interesting like compelling story from that point.
And the underdog won, didn't they?
The underdog won, the guy who was going to serve, I forget his name, the guy who was going to serve the military time, who is going to serve his military time.
So he won, and now he's got to go for like
Yeah,
3
no,
years
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I love League of Legends. So I get what you guys mean where you're like shy to like talk about the games you enjoy. Because the minute I bring up that I also enjoy Fortnite, I enjoy League of Legends.
We played Fortnite for a while there. When we got burned out on
Loved
Valorant,
it.
we jumped on Fortnite.
Yeah, it feels good.
It's fun.
I like it.
It's a fun. There's a reason why everyone.
can't
I
play it
jumped
by
on for a
myself.
second and I liked it a little bit.
It's not a bad game. It's
I
just
can't do it by myself.
Yeah.
I can do it by myself. It doesn't
It's a social
retain me
game.
for very long. We'll have like 2 or 3 games, and I'm like, I'm ready to go back to something else.
But here's the thing:
But
when people say it's like, why that? Because like that's the only game that I could be Naruto, and someone could be a xenomorph from Alien, someone else could be The Rock,
Yeah.
and then someone could be Rick from Rick and Morty.
and they added like
And that's just
lightsabers
stupid.
and like
Yeah,
like the
it's so-
laser gun from Star Wars.
It's a melting pot of pop culture that
Yeah.
is so stupid. At the end of the day, with your friends, it's just funny to do the little emotes with these characters,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're in it and you're just having a good time in the matches, it's fun.
know what
It reminds me of this game called like Mugen, that like fighting
Yeah.
game where you can just have any character you want, but that's like clearly like a copyright infringement, like hacked together game. That's like a fan game. This is officially licensed, like polished. They're real IPs, and it's insane that we're finally at that point.
You know what Fortnite kind of is to me? It's like you're playing in the backyard with your friends from around.
Imagination.
Yeah, it's truly insane. But I've had those moments where I'm like, I'm gonna be Goku running around, and you're gonna be Naruto, and we're gonna be fighting. And of course,
Yeah.
we're kids, and like guns are everywhere in America. So like, someone pulls out an AK, like imaginary.
That it's weird to see Batman
it's
with an
weird.
AK.
It's
That's
funny.
very strange.
It's
But it's
funny.
funny.
It's strange
It's
that they
also
allowed
being
that.
Sakura from Naruto running around with an AK is funny.
Yeah.
like it's being the
Go-
xenomorph
Goku with
and
an AK
doing
is the funniest
an
one to me.
emote.
You know
is
what's
hilarious.
insane? Actually, they made a comic book about Batman in Fortnite that is canon. And
Yes.
explains why Batman can use.
I need
a gun
to.
in
I need
Fortnite.
to know why. I need
It's
to know.
he has amnesia as the main focal point.
He forgot
it-
all of
That
his
is- he
trauma.
forgot
The
he's
reason
Batman.
why
He-
guns are bad.
Why am I dressed like this?
He weirdly remembers the Bat
necessary.
to keep the Bat family focused, but he's like,
So he
I'm
knows that
Batman.
he knows that a gun killed his parents.
No. he
Okay,
doesn't know
all
that
right, that's the
He
part.
just remembers my theme is bats.
Okay, all right.
Can I also point out how hypocritical it is that Batman refuses to use a gun, but he drives around in an armored vehicle with missiles and rockets and like
That's
bunch of
for
like
the
guns
big.
on
That's
it?
for the big deals. That's for the big things. You know,
But that's guns. That's weapons.
it's big arms. It's different.
So if the bigger it is, the more okay with
Yeah,
it. he is.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's different types of Batman, like the freaking the Zack Snyder Batman. He
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit. He'll shoot a guy for
Okay.
some reason. Then there's Thomas Wayne, who actually kills people.
Okay.
But
You
for the
got-
most
You
part,
ever heard
guns
of,
are like.
I think
Also,
it's-
in the very beginning of Batman, the first comic, he uses the gun that kills his parents. That's his weapon.
That's
Whoa,
insane.
that, is that
Yeah.
some
And
form
it
of like
changed later.
symbolism?
There's a line of Spider-Man comics I think called Scarlet Spider maybe.
That's a different Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a different
where
Spider-Man.
where
It's
yeah
Ben
he's
Reilly, I think.
That the Kane is.
is that
or
the he's a criminal?
There's Ben Riley, who's a clone,
Ben-
and then there's the
Ben
Kane
Riley is
guy.
a clone, but he's a good guy. And then Ben Riley goes away for a long time, and then another Peter Parker clone called
Something
Kane
Kane, yeah.
is Kane is a killer. He's got like Wolverine spikes coming out of his like arm,
Yeah.
and he does kind of kill
Yeah.
a lot.
I used to read a line. From what I remember, he was like a criminal that got Spider-Man powers and would kill people.
That's
but
the Kane one, I think.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that was cool.
He's cool. He's
That was
Spider-Man's mythos is super confusing.
Are we thankful for Spider-Man?
How do we get here?
I don't know.
I'm thankful for Spider.
Are we thankful for any Nintendo games?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we should.
Are we saying this year? Or would
I'm
you
kind of
just
most
say-
thankful
always, just
for
always.
games where I can play with other people,
You know,
to be honest.
yeah, true.
you know what I'm.
I'm thankful for Ocarina of Time.
I don't really have
Yeah.
I don't really have like a game that like that I'm thankful for to like I don't know that I go back to all the time. I mean, obviously
like
like
Mario Maker.
yeah, like the Mario Maker and like just it's just a lot of the retro stuff like the original Mario that I go back to every once in a while. But otherwise, I think I'm most thankful for the games that I get to play with other people or an excuse to play with other people.
I think
That makes sense.
the Nintendo game I'm most thankful for is Super Smash Brothers Melee.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just love Smash so much, and that was the first game where I had where I'm like, oh my god, video games are incredible. Like, why is Mario with Link from Zelda?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't have an N64. I missed Smash 64. So Melee was the first game where I was like, the adventure mode's amazing. It's the first one I had. I'm like, this is all incredible and like breathtaking. And I like would continue to play it throughout the years. I would even still play it like when Brawl came out. when I got to high school, I learned of the competitive scene, and I've loved watching the competitive scene like since I was introduced to it.
Right.
And I still watch it to this day. I like Ultimate better as a game.
Right.
But Melee is that game where like I will always go back to watch because I just think the tournaments are a little bit better.
I like all of the hype around the Melee tournaments,
Yeah.
but I like Ultimate tournaments more because I know more about Ultimate, so it feels better to watch.
No, I understand that.
Stuff. Yeah.
But I guess you could just boil it down to I'm thankful for Smash because like
Yeah.
you could go to anyone on the street and say, "Hey, do you want to play Smash Brothers?"
Yeah.
They will know enough to play Kirby and suck you in their mouth and jump off the stage.
You could have worded that so differently.
Yeah, everything.
what?
I think the first mistake was, just going onto the street and saying, "You want to play? You want to smash?
You want to smash?
You want to smash?"
How, would you like to smash?
I said, "Do you
wanna
want
play
to
Kirby?
play Smash?" You guys are making it worse.
I am
that's what I heard.
thankful for Gears of War and Halo.
That's
Ooh,
weird.
okay.
Gears of
Why-
War is weird. Gears of War
Why
is a weird one.
Gears?
Because growing up and being a gamer with gamer friends around high school time, LAN parties were like the coolest thing ever. Where we would all pack up our Xbox 360s and a monitor and drag it all to my friend Kane's house, and like the 8 of us would all set up and connect all our Xboxes and play Gears of War, mostly Gears of War, and Halo just all night long.
See, I did that with PCs, and I did it with Unreal Tournament and Quake and Rainbow Six.
I did it with PC and Dota. We used to
Okay.
bring sometimes we'd bring our 360 and our PC, but often it'd be one or the other, and we would do a Dota LAN and we would link all the PCs up.
I never really got to do that. I'm like kind of envious of that.
You kind of
experience.
just missed it.
We literally just did last night. We did a LAN.
Well, a wireless LAN.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
like, that's like having a DS. That's just a slumber party.
bringing a portable console. Well, for reference, last night we played Pokemon co-op for like the 4 of us. Played Pokemon co-op on the
We
couch.
literally
And it played
we
great,
did
no
we did 2
issues.
raids together.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
Yeah.
we were completely
Yeah, we just
alone.
went our own separate ways and did our own thing.
Yeah.
But it's different when it's a portable console because it's a given. Like you're so used to bringing it somewhere. There's something about having to unplug and pack up
Yeah.
the Xbox, bring the cords to physically link everything together, everyone on their own monitor, eating like Doritos and Mountain Dew and ordering McDonald's. Like, I don't know. It's a vibe that you will never get again.
Me and Hannah do
Yeah.
that with when she comes around or I go up there, we figure out how to do like that with either Warzone or Valorant.
You don't
It's
have to
great.
do that anymore.
I know.
That's so much fun.
That's so cute.
I'll
We
agree with
haven't done it yet,
I
even
know.
though we live together.
I am also kind of thankful for Gears of War because when that game came out, with that generation was starting, that was the first time I saw a game that had at the time next generation graphics that really made me go, "Whoa!" It was
Yeah.
the first time I saw the Corpser, the spider in there for people who haven't played Gears of War, and it's
Noobs.
just and you're just fighting, and I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Those games are fantastic. I don't know what you have
I,
against
I
them.
love the
I'm
Gears of
thankful
War
for
game.
Gears of War because now we have cover mechanics in every single game.
Yeah,
That's it.
they innovated a lot for third person.
They
shooter
innovated a
games.
cover mechanic,
They innovated a lot.
I really
and then they
liked
ran
Gears
with
of
that
War.
for 4 games.
They did.
It's 5 games.
They did 5 games. Actually 6 if you count Judgment, but you shouldn't.
Technically, yeah.
I was
Um,
counting Judgment. I didn't know how many games there were.
I think they're all great. I think the story is great. I think the characters are fantastic.
You think the story is great?
Yes.
The story in Gears of War,
Yes.
The story
absolutely,
of Gears of War
yeah.
is really good.
especially
guys are
especially the
insane.
first 3.
it takes a
The
dump on
first 3?
The first
It takes
I
a-
played the first 2, and
In
towards
my-
the end of the second one, I was
No,
like, "What?"
In
is
my
happening?
opinion, it takes a dump on Halo story other than all the lore that spawns from Halo and all the books and stuff.
the emotional payoffs, funny enough, in Gears of War 3 made everything worth it. Like the journey in 1 and 2, worth it when you get to all the beats in 3.
I played 1 and 2. I didn't have like super strong reactions to 1 and 2. But I remember when 3 came out, I got onto Skype with my friends because Discord wasn't really a thing. We didn't have a TeamSpeak, so we used Skype to talk. And we literally sat and played the entirety of Gears of War 3 in one sitting. We were both a sobbing mess with just like the entire story.
The
of
end
that
is
game.
heartbreaking.
Is it a thing
It's
where like
so destroying?
is it a thing where it like looks cringy unless you're there from the very beginning, like an anime? Like if you get thrown in at the end of an
Maybe
anime,
because
you're
I
like, "Oh,
don't-
this is weird."
couple
I don't-
melodramatic moments that you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
That's what I'm.
But if you played 1 and 2, especially 2 for a certain
I played
character's
1 and
payoff,
2, and then I
Ge-
fell
Gears
off.
There
of War
is-
is an American.
You're saying if I
anime.
played 3,
It is.
if I played 3, I would be a sobbing mess. You're saying?
There
Yeah.
is so much charm to the games and little quirky moments and like fun Easter eggs and stuff. Like that one of the characters, Dom,
yeah.
we're not going to talk about right now.
I know vague gist
he
of the
he
story.
liked to grow like crops and like tomatoes and stuff. And I think Marcus in one of the games he like takes over the farm where he's like growing the tomatoes or something. And these like aliens come in and they like blow up the farm or something.
Knowing
and
that after playing the first two sounds crazy because the first two is completely. It sounds like that doesn't fit at all.
You played the second one, and
you
there's
play as
a
his
moment with
son.
Dom, and that didn't get to you.
Yeah.
You play as his son. It's like years later, and then Marcus is retired. But then trying to drag him back out of retirement, and the tomatoes get destroyed. And there's just a line. Like he's so mad. He's like, "Those were Dom's tomatoes." It's stuff like that you and your
Dom's
friends quote.
tomatoes.
We still quote that all the time when we're playing games. Like, "Those were Dom's tomatoes." I don't know, man. Those games are great. I'm thankful for them.
Gears
play
4
them
was a
again.
mess. I
Let's
haven't
play
played
it.
Gears
I'm down.
5, but I heard Gears
Marathon?
5 was pretty good.
Yeah.
So my problem with Gears 5 is there's 2 chapters or story moments where it's open world kind of.
Sure.
Yeah,
I didn't like them.
It's a little God of War-ian, God of War-ian how they did
Part
it.
of the charm for me with Gears of War is the linearity and how it progresses the story. This was kind of like, all right, kind of figure it out
Yeah,
at your
it
pace
was-
for these chapters.
It was
and I didn't
similar
like
as
it.
God of War, where most of it is linear, and then all of a sudden it's like here's an open world part, but like not really, and it's
Yeah.
more of an inconvenience than it is a.
Yeah, it's just
an
padding.
enjoy.
It felt like.
But I don't know, it was okay.
Yeah, it's not, it didn't
No, I
ruin
get
the
that.
game.
I think-
You mentioned playing a game from start to finish. My friend Michael and I, when I was like 18, we'd already played Resident Evil 5 co-op like twice already.
Yes.
But we decided to do it in one sitting. And we did it in one sitting.
Nice.
And it was like 10, 12 hours. And by the end, we were like so ready to be done. And I remember that end part with the boulder where he's like punching it. For some
the best
reason,
moment.
we couldn't figure out how to do it that time. And we were so tired. And I kept trying to punch the boulder and dying and like restarting that whole chapter. I was like, oh my God, I want to go to bed. But that was a great memory too.
The first time, so the day Resident Evil 5 came out, my friend and I were both going to get it, but we just went to his place and put it in the version. That's how we played it the first time, was co-op together.
I still
And
think
it's
that is in the top 5 best co-op games ever made.
I
Really?
It was my number 1 for a long time, but I think It Takes Two is just too good.
I have played all the numbered Resident Evils except for 5 and 6.
6, you don't have to play 6.
Yeah, I played them all until 5, and then I heard 6 was bad, and then I just stopped. I just completely fell off. I
You
was a
played
huge-
5? You play 5 though?
I played 5.
Okay, good.
I was a huge
love
Resident Evil
5.
fan
Yeah.
until 6, and then I heard it was
You
bad. And I
should-
saw it, and I
It
was
is
like,
bad.
"This looks
It
very
is
Should
bad."
pick back up with 7.
I know. It looks really good.
7 and 8 are in
6 was so bad they
mind-blowing.
completely scrapped everything and
changed it.
restarted.
I'm
Which is
glad
why
they did.
I just-
7 and 8 was good.
Man, I just remember getting 6 on launch day and just being the most disappointed
Yeah.
with everything that game had to offer. And their best campaign is still not that good because they split up these
There's like
characters.
3
into
different
Right.
campaigns.
and then
yeah.
there is a fourth one, but even
The
that one.
best one was Leon's, right?
The best one was Leon's.
Yeah.
but they focused way too much on this action rather than what made him special
Yeah.
in like 4. Right?
It's the weirdest thing. They had 3 separate campaigns. They're all co-opable. So we tried to co-op it, but none of it was fun. And then the final campaign is single player. So suddenly we just had to finish the game without each other. And there was like this whole part of the story.
And Chris Redfield's storyline in that game, like I get it's a Resident Evil game, so ammo is scarce, right?
Yeah.
But to me, his campaign never made sense because you're in the field in war, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's other, you're with a squad of people. You're in war. You should have ammo, but you have no ammo when you're in the game. And I'm like, okay, so I get it's Resident Evil, but it makes no sense here that he wouldn't have any ammo.
Yeah.
Right.
When everyone else is stacked up with ammo, you're with your troop, like stuff's going down. Never made sense.
Would
to
you
me.
like it more if you had more ammo, but there were more bullet spongy enemies?
Maybe?
Would that make more sense?
Maybe. I don't. I think
It
it
was
was
a
also
bad
just
game.
the campaign is just not good.
Yeah,
It just wasn't
I
good.
always see that clip surface where I think he's fighting Albert Wesker and they're running around on the roof, like running in circles, like trying to shoot each other's feet or whatever. It's the most insane combat sequence I've ever seen in my life.
I kind of love that about Resident Evil 4. All the weird, like out of nowhere action stuff that Leon did, like doing a backflip over laser beams. You're like,
Right, but
that
that's
was sick.
But that's him just being quirky.
Yeah,
The problem with his campaign in Resident Evil 6
it's all that.
is that it's he's not action. Everything else around him is action. A plane crashes and you're diving through it, and a
Okay.
car has to swerve, and all this other crazy stuff.
Right.
And he's just there. He's not doing anything really that crazy. He's just kind of evading it and surviving.
How do you
So-
guys feel about the Resident Evil 4 remake?
I'm excited for it.
I'm
I'm
excited
excited
because
for
the
it.
other 2 were good.
It looks good.
I've had an issue with Resident Evil 4. That was when I was like, I'm starting to get off of this series because I played 7, 2, and 3, and I was like, oh, I gotta try 4. Everyone loves 4.
Oh, you went backwards.
I went backwards. Everyone was like, but like 4 was way too arcadey for me and not really horror.
That's
survival.
my brother's favorite game of all time, I think.
What one?
4.
Oh.
I don't get it, and I think that's probably because I played the remakes in 7.
Yeah.
I think
And
if you had to have when it was out, I think there was something.
It was a
when it was
huge deal when it was out.
I'm excited to try the remake because it looks like they're going more like this is going to be scary.
King,
Yes.
if you don't want to do the remake, well, you can. It's in VR as well.
I hear the VR is very
The
And
good.
VR
it's
version
sick.
and the Wii version are the top versions to play of that.
The VR version is really cool. You are literally in that game. They did a great job.
I've been super confused about VR for a while. Like I just don't know why I want to get into it. I finally plopped my headset on, and I was like setting it up because we were gonna play Among Us VR.
Yeah.
And when I was setting it up, I was like, I guess I'll try out YouTube.
Oh,
It
shit,
is now
sorry.
my like most favorite way to like consume YouTube. I think it's amazing.
There's
To
like-
watch YouTube in VR?
Oh yeah.
There's like movie theater apps you can get where you're
Yeah.
sat in a theater and you can like put on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's
My
so
favorite-
cool.
Is that one? I forget the name of it. I mean, but you go into like these different lobbies of people watching whatever, and there's always like random communications happening, and it's just so much fun to just be a fly on the wall and hear people arguing about nothing
That's-
while there's
that's
something playing on the TV.
Like VR chat too.
yeah,
I
You just
love
walk
VR
around
chat.
VR
I want
chat
to do
and
more
listen
VR
to
chat. I
conversations.
VR
love it
chat
so
is
much.
just funny. Like
Yeah.
that's
My
all.
favorite-
It's a chaotic.
It's funny
mess.
My
playing.
favorite moment in VR chat that I ever experienced that wasn't recorded was these two characters talking about their anime characters skins they were using and how like one was like, oh, your boobs are so much bigger than mine, but look at this. And then he changed his skin into like this like bigger boob character. And they went back and forth like 7 times changing skins, and each one had like bigger and bigger boobs until eventually one of them was like, watch this. And then he like disappeared. And we were like, what the heck? And then I'm watching the conversation and I see this guy, the other one goes, okay, you win. And then I looked up and it was this giant lady with like, towering over the whole game.
That's so funny.
We
VR
have
chat
reached
is
the
so
peak
cool.
of humanity.
We
My
really
favorite
have.
VR chat skin is a house that you can play as, and it's all like Corey's face, like Corey in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And if you walk in the house, all you hear is "It's Corey, Corey, Corey in the house,"
I love
and it's
that.
the funniest skin I've ever seen in my life.
Last time I played VR chat, I had COVID and it was New Year's, and me and Hannah celebrated New Year's in VR chat.
Oh my
We
God.
couldn't see each other.
That is
Aw.
cute though.
That was cool.
I've got Kim to play VR once. She played Job Simulator and loved it, but she's never played anything
That's
else.
those type of games are a good introduction.
They really
to
are,
VR.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's just a really fun game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just goofing off, but I think to sell someone on VR of what's fun about it before you get into all the other crazy
Yeah.
stuff that's a good base way to start.
My favorite actual game so far is Half-Life Alyx and No Man's Sky VR.
I need to do Half-Life Alyx.
I wanna
I
play
need
those
to
two
do
also.
Half-Life Alyx, and I need to do No Man's Sky VR. I'm
both
I'm
really
kind of
cool.
in it now.
People always recommend Boneworks too, but weirdly, I got motion sick in Boneworks, but I do want to go back and try again.
I
The
love
Walking Dead game's pretty fun.
Oh,
in
the
VR.
Walking Dead game is sick.
It's
The,
really
the
fun.
Saints and Sinners, wildly fun.
I love Among Us VR.
The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is really cool. It's like you have a home base where you can craft and repair, and then you go out into areas and do missions, and you like get crafts and supplies, and there's like a story. But one of the coolest things about playing it is like the ways of killing the zombies. You can get like screwdrivers and stuff, but you have to really like jam it in. Like you can't do like a soft
and pull
you
it
gotta
out.
jam, yeah, and then it gets stuck.
Yeah.
And you have to like grab the zombie's head and like pull it out.
Oh my
And there are
God.
times where like I'm getting swarmed and I'll have like a knife in one hand, a gun in the other, and like stab, and it's like stuck in there, and I'm like trying to yank it out while shooting, and then I finally get it free and stab someone else. It's
I like
so
the
cool.
climbing mechanic in the game. Like
Yeah.
you can scale into a house to enter in a different way.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
really
the
fun.
houses are really creepy too.
Oh, they're great because you
Oh
like.
my God,
oh,
I want to play that game again, man.
It's fun.
Like,
It's
so
good
good.
time.
I'm thankful for that.
I'm thankful for VR.
I'm thankful for video games in general. Do we have any others?
I'm trying to think now. I want to think of more Nintendo stuff. There's really
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think I'm doing the same thing you are, where I'm thankful for so many games, of course, but now we're kind of in this friends zone of like, what memories have we actually pulled out that we're thankful for with video games? And a lot of single player stuff, sure, I have memories, but yeah, it's the same as most people, playing games in your bedroom when you're a kid or a teenager.
Yeah,
I'm thankful for everything I played growing up.
I'm thankful for Pokemon. I'm thankful for my dad introducing me to like Mario on the NES, and like everyone's gonna have similar memories to that at some capacity. But I think as we've gotten older and our time with games and how much we use it for where we all live to as our form of hanging out, that's why we remember this so much more and we're thankful for it.
I think that's another thing that makes it hard for me is that I'm thankful that it's now a career, but like at the same time, it's like it feels like a job. so like
yeah, I see that.
So that's where it gets hard for me. Like I'm thankful for like I like out of Nintendo games, I like the Mario stuff the most, and I like playing that stuff the most, and I'm the most thankful for that. But still, like it feels like a job to play through some of that stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like with the new Pokemon game, we're all having a goof and a gaff. There are fun moments, but the fun moments are tough for me to completely enjoy. Because
last night was rough.
I'm over analyzing the fun moments because I'm like, oh, how am I going to talk about this? What am I going to say about it? Because obviously I'm going to review that game. So that does get ruined. And last night was rough.
And also I didn't realize it, but my right Joy-Con just kept disconnecting. So I thought it was lagging. Like when I was pressing a button, I was like, why do I have to press the button like 1,000 times? What's going on?
Was that a Joy-Con issue or the game being weird?
I'm pretty sure it was a Joy-Con because it was only the right one.
Yeah, last night was rough. We didn't talk about it.
But
in the
aside from the Joy-Con issues, 4 players playing in one spot made it lag.
We have discovered that 4-player co-op, it is the entire thing. You can't get a break from like 10 FPS.
Oh, it's great.
Even when we were together or when we separated. Like my game was so slow. It was wild.
It's not a case of like oh this is like ugly. It's like no, it's hard to move.
Yeah,
the game is difficult to navigate because the frame rate's so bad.
It's so bad. I honestly kept thinking one of my game was going to crash. I'm like, surely I'm going to crash at some point.
Struggling hard. It's not so much like, like, oh, I wish it was 60 frames. Like, no, like,
yeah,
it's a technical issue.
It is really bad.
It feels like I'm playing in molasses.
I mean, some people consider that unplayable. I can struggle through, but it's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
Last night I would not say if that's the whole game, I'm out. But
if that was the whole game outside of 4-player, that would be really hard to deal.
I think I could manage through some more single player, but it's possible it could get worse. You were saying that there's certain towns that are worse than others.
Yeah, I got to a town last night. We were in 4-player, but it became a slideshow.
Yeah.
Really?
The towns are rough.
The towns are rough.
It reminded me of this random like MMO I used to play called Silk Road. That was like some like random like indie shit.
No, I know that game. Yeah.
And you have like 100 people in the town, and and you're like, okay, there's 100 people here. It makes sense. But that game's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
So if they could do it, why can't $1 billion Pokemon? Here we are talking about Pokemon.
I know. I was gonna say.
Welcome back to the Pokemon Podcast.
I didn't want to do the thing I always do, where I'm like, anyway, games we're thankful for. I was gonna let it ride
games
out.
we're not thankful for. Pokemon.
I think it's also hard to be super thankful for a lot of Nintendo games right now. I think purely just because like the console's been out for so long, we're going on to like its 6th year.
This year's been a little rough for Nintendo.
This year's been rough for Nintendo, and there's not as much games coming out that are like super like big spectacles. So like how it's hard to be like, oh, I'm thankful for this game from this year because what's really come out that's been like breathtaking from Nintendo.
We tried to be thankful for Strikers and Nintendo Switch Sports.
Dude, I really wanted to be thankful for.
I liked the game. I liked the times we played Switch Sports together.
That was fun.
I'm really
I wish
excited for that
I liked
golf
one
update.
Shambara.
I do want the golf update. I am not thankful at all for Strikers. That was a horrible time even playing with people.
That was a sad time.
That was bad.
That was one of the biggest disappointments of what everyone thought we would be able to do with that game and not being there. And I've learned my lesson. The only Mario sports game I bought on the Switch was Aces, right? And I was like, okay, so these games are just very not complete when they come out. And so like every year I'm like, I'm not going to get the sports game this year. I'm going to wait for everyone else to let me know if it's good.
Yeah.
And then every year it's like, oh, I'm excited for it. And then because, on the Spawncast, then the week it comes out, they're like, yeah, it's not the game they promised you. I'm like, great, glad I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
And everyone was excited for Strikers. We're really excited. It's going to be pumped up. That week, everyone's disappointed. Like, well, I'm glad I didn't buy it.
I was telling everyone that game wasn't going to be
Everyone
good.
was out, like, within that first week it came out. So there's no point in even buying the game. No one's going to play with me.
I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be bad.
I didn't think it was going to be bad.
I downloaded the demo. I had a good time with the public test demo.
I thought if it was gonna be as good
Hello?
just
on the
taking
phone.
phone calls. I
Gotta
guess.
take a phone call.
E is here.
He's here.
Oh, come in.
Come in. Come in.
Come in.
Come on in. Open the door.
You can.
Have a good
You
time.
can knock. Kim will answer it. We're doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Bye.
I didn't think Strikers was going to be bad. I thought if it's anything like the original, it should be great. And the problem was I didn't realize it was too much like the original, and that's not
I think
good
it
in
was-
2022.
I hated introducing. I like the idea of having side characters on your team and one main Mario guy on your team
Yes.
rather than 4 main Mario guys, because there's a meta team now.
You're saying you like the original way it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. We neglected to talk about that last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am thankful for some of the bangers Nintendo dropped this year. Like really loved Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I
Big
really liked
Xenoblade guy right
Splatoon.
here.
I had a good time with Splatoon.
I
for as
also
long as
had-
that was on.
I had a better time with Splatoon 3 than I expected. I
fun.
think the
I-
salmon run was sick.
Me
when we
too.
played
I
that.
really liked it, but it was over way quicker than I expected. We
It
all
was,
stopped
yeah.
playing it really quickly.
That was because of the Splatfest. The Splatfest
Yeah,
really did a
the
number on us.
first official Splatfest, not the pre one that was like the beta one, the first official one. I was playing the game nonstop leading up to it. I was really excited.
Yeah, we were having
Then
a
we
good
went
time.
to play the Splatfest, and it was like everyone from ranked mode had nothing else to do, and it was so sweaty, and we couldn't get a win. We played for hours and couldn't get a
We
single
played
win.
for 3 hours just trying to get one win. We were like, the minute we get a win, we're done.
It's
And then
what-
it was
Sweaties are
11:30,
never
on
we were
your
like,
team.
we're done.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I am good at the game.
Yeah.
And I know Scoot's good at the game.
We
so
were
how is
leading
it
the
that when
boards.
the odds are never in our
Hello.
favor where we get some of the good people?
Hello.
We were
didn't realize
supposed
you
to
were
do
gonna
them
either.
both yesterday, but
You can cross if you want.
yeah, you can get in.
Would
can
you
get
like
in.
a bite of our charcuterie board?
God, he's here, everybody.
Easy.
There's
We're
his
on
legs.
YouTube.
If the audio is terrible,
Be
it's because
careful
he
over there.
just got
There's
here.
wires and stuff going on.
Producer E,
He's in
everyone.
his seat.
Producer
You
E.
can do the job that I'm scared that I'm failing at and making sure that it doesn't stop recording.
The roadcaster's behind you.
It's up behind you. It's got a little red icon on it. You know,
Okay.
it's been cutting out recently. Oh, really? Yeah. That hasn't on us yet, which is good.
We don't know what technical issues we'll have this week.
Oh, there'll be something.
How did the live do?
The live? Oh, I don't know because there's no way of like I'd have to go into the analytics and compare.
Well, did
and
you
compare.
cut the
No.
beginning? You didn't even cut the beginning at
I
all?
was too scared.
Oh, God.
I figured, and what we might
We'll
have.
put a timestamp in the description.
Well, I figured what might have happened last time is like the video itself was still processing after we finished the live, and then we tried to edit it.
Oh.
So I was gonna give it a day or two to like settle and then edit it.
It takes too long to process a whole 2-hour live stream. We
Yeah,
did
I
talk
know.
for 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. So we'll go in and edit it and fix it soon. But I wanted to make sure it finished whatever it was in the middle of doing, so it didn't mess up again. We're talking about games we're thankful for everybody who just arrived. Do we have any more?
Anymore.
There are so many games, and we have played so many in
Man,
our lives.
I'm just thankful for video games.
I mean,
Me
yeah,
too.
I am. Just
I'm thankful for all the
video games.
different ways that I can play all of these great games.
Yeah, now we have an abundance of choice.
It's a little too much. It's
It
getting
is
a
way
little
too
crazy
much.
right now.
Yeah.
All these little things, all these little.
You can play a game on anything, any way you want at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I am thankful for? The
What?
Steam Deck.
Steam Decks.
It's good.
I
Slaps.
love my Steam Deck.
We
I
all
didn't-
have one.
yeah.
I
Did
didn't
you
think
bring it? Did you say you
yeah, I brought it.
I want to see the
Yeah.
screen.
I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I did,
I
and
didn't
I
think so
almost
either.
canceled my pre-order. But
I told you not to.
Yeah, you told me not to, and then someone like was like, "No, don't. It is one of the greatest consoles."
I got
I
FOMO
swear.
and bought one.
Yeah.
Because everyone on the Spawncast had one.
You like just got it, right?
I got it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone on the Spawncast had one. They're like,
What have
you should get one.
What
So
have
I
you
bought
played
one.
on it?
Golf with friends.
Alone.
Single player. It's a nice little treat to myself before I go to bed. I'll play a round of golf and I go to bed.
You haven't tried anything else? Like
There's nothing else I have
But-
to play.
but-
I'm
but-
like, I've played all these other games on Steam. I didn't
To
know what
his
play on-
defense, my favorite part about the Steam Deck is playing games that are on other places.
I know.
Just because of how easy it is to play it on the Switch, better quality, and also back and forth between the computer.
for me,
So it's like I
though,
could play it at the most graphically intensive way on my computer, and then also I have the option to have it ported.
Yeah,
on
because
my-
Golf
is the
with
way
Friends
that-
is very graphically.
which is the yes,
yeah.
I-
very
That's the way.
intense.
That's the way we want the Switch to be on our heads.
Right.
But it can't work like that because it's not very
I'm
powerful.
baffled with what they're able to pull off on the Steam Deck
Yeah.
versus what Nintendo pulls off. It makes no sense to me.
Well, it's been 5 years.
It's been a while.
It's been a
Technology
while,
has
yeah.
come a long way.
Also, it's Valve and not Nintendo.
And Nintendo could have done a little bit more when the Switch came out, but they just don't think they need to.
And they didn't.
No,
And they didn't.
honestly
And they didn't. They clearly didn't.
Except now we're learning the
Well.
graphical limitations because of Pokemon.
Well, that's not their fault.
I don't think that's the graphical
Yeah, that's-
limitations.
You're right.
That's Pokemon.
That's Game Freak.
Wasn't the whole thing that they loaded the entire map in one shot? Like, isn't that the whole
That's the what everybody's speculating. Yeah.
The Game Freak.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
The Game Freak. Yeah.
the Game Freak.
The one. And
Wait,
only.
so the entire game is loaded at once?
entire map gets loaded at once? Which
Oh.
is insane because it's supposed to be open world.
That's what we were talking about
Yeah.
on the last podcast. We were talking about how they don't load it in chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know how you go to Zelda
Or-
and you can't see past
Yeah.
Or we
Yeah.
think the smoke and mirrors is that the main hub is the main city, the big castle in the middle, and then depending on what direction you go to load that area.
Yeah,
but that's
you
still a
go
huge
through
area.
You
Yeah.
go through a load screen to get to those areas.
So there might be 4 maps
But,
that it loads.
but even if it's loading the entire chunk of like the portion you're in, that's still pretty wild considering you don't have to do that.
no, yeah,
And that's part of why it's struggling.
you do it in seamless chunks that are like hidden. You know,
Yeah.
that's how a lot of other games handle it.
Have you ever seen those games that do it where like it's literally field of view and they give you like a top down of like the game working and the character, and as the character looks around, the game's loading in and
I think
everything else is
that's-
black?
I think that's most games.
Yeah, okay.
It's just
well, that's
like
not this game.
A game like Pokemon will load in like this is just me speculating. I have no idea. I'm not a fucking dev, but I think that it tells you what like where the Pokemon are, not their visual like actual rendered body. You know what I mean? It's just like there's a Pikachu here.
Mhm.
The game will know that, and then once you look at it, the Pikachu's rendered.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow. There's a word for that. The type of field of view rendering. I forgot what it's called.
Oh,
And it's
Field
not
of
ray
view
tracing.
rendering.
fun rendering.
Fun time rendering.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just thankful for a lot of video games. I'm thankful to play with you guys.
Oh, thanks, dude.
You're welcome.
Are we still on for Sunday Warzone Fun Day?
I want to stream on Sunday,
Oh,
so maybe
What?
after that. I said this when you guys brought it up, but nobody listens to me.
but you're not getting home until like 8.
Yeah, quick sidebar.
Yeah, when I'm going to stream. That's my stream time.
So you're not going to play on Sunday.
I could play after I stream.
Can we do a quick Dirty 30 stream?
No.
This was not brought up.
I haven't
I
been
don't remember this
streamed. I
being
haven't
brought
streamed
up.
for like a
Not
month. Now I'm just trying to get back into the swing of
You
things.
streamed on Thursday.
Yeah, first time in like a month.
They can go another month.
I
They can
gotta
go
defend
whatever
myself against these people. I'm streaming.
That is true.
I do want to play Warzone though. I'm missing out on that.
All right,
But
we'll,
with my brand new
we'll all
Elite
go live
controller.
and do a quick dirty 30 wars.
Here's the plan, everybody.
Hey, if we get home quick enough
Here's the
tonight,
plan.
I'm down to play it tonight.
Here's the plan.
Okay.
Okay, dinner is in like an hour and a half.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna gobble that all down.
Gobble
Wrestling,
cobble.
wrestling starts at 8. Okay, pay per view, big night.
You got a couple monitors. You can put a pay per view on one of those and
Big
play
night.
Warzone on the other.
We're watching it upstairs.
Rats.
Full gear. Oh, I know.
Top Gear.
4 hours of wrestling,
Guilty Gear.
finishing
Whoa.
at midnight. Whoever wants to watch it, Bob, I know you're in. More than welcome. Then everyone can do what they want. Tomorrow, all day, Warzone.
Down.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got things to do
Biscuits?
tomorrow. I'm not doing this.
I don't know if I can commit. I got to be somewhere in the morning.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
No, I'm not doing that. I got things going on.
Are you telling me you don't want to see Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus tonight in a steel cage?
I don't know.
No idea what you just said. I thought
anything that just
that sounds like you're
Yeah,
playing
it's a
real
Pokemon.
thing.
Talking
It sounds
about
like you're just
wrestling
playing
names is as
Pokemon.
insane as people saying streamer names.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
very,
very
similar.
similar.
It is. It is. He just said what?
Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus.
That's a
streamer
You're
Pokemon.
telling me Luchasaurus makes more sense than Pokemon.
He's a giant man that wears a dinosaur mask.
Luchasaurus is kind of an awesome name. It kind of also sounds like a streamer name. Kind of also sounds like a Pokemon,
Thank
like
you.
Jordan said.
Validated.
It
That's
is.
kind of that would yeah.
And he's
Rock
turned heel
fighting.
recently, so now he's evil and he wears a black
I
mask.
know that term, turn heel. I know that.
Yeah.
That means it's bad now. That's
Very
crazy.
excited. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the MJF match where he finally becomes champion, happening tonight against John Moxley.
You got some insider
I thought you
info?
said.
I
thought you
just
said
it's just
MJR
obvious.
mask.
You feel it in your balls.
It's obvious. It's so obvious. My what?
I thought you said MJR mask.
MJR mask? Is that what I said?
No, you didn't. That's what I thought you said.
What's an MJR mask?
Mel Jesus Rocks mask.
Oh,
So I was like,
oh, and my
for him.
buddy Ethan Page is wrestling tonight.
Oh, cool.
You just cracked my phone.
Did I? Sorry. Yeah, my buddy's wrestling.
How was that? You game hunting with him?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Both our videos were like 10 out of 10.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I know.
That's the bad type of 10 out of 10.
But we both had a good time. We message each other a lot, just checking
Good.
up on each other.
That's great.
He's really
you,
nice.
You told me you were like helping him with thumbnails and stuff.
Yeah, I was. His Twitter got hacked. His Twitter got hacked, and the person that had it went on an insane, sexist, racist tirade.
I've been getting a lot
Mental.
more of Twitter authentication texts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I always get them, but it is ramped up because that whole system's like down or something.
You should get Twitter Blue. That'll fix it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I love it.
Hey. Oh, you part of the checkmark trio?
They just gave me. I didn't pay the extra for $6. I had Twitter Blue when it came out.
Yeah, then you paid for it.
They
But
took
I had it from before. The check
these
So
two
did
guys
I.
were talking about it on was the bonus? Talking
Yeah,
about the,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about Twitter for like a fucking hour.
It was like 5 minutes.
So remember my garbage can scenario?
Yes.
My garbage can situation.
I don't like
how
you doing this.
How I didn't know.
It's just, I'm so close to you now, I can touch you.
I moved into a new house and I've been putting the garbage can out every single day because I
Yeah.
don't know when garbage day is. I called the town and they were wrong about garbage day.
Garbage day.
You know, you can just look up your address.
I did.
He did
Do you
this.
think I'm fucking stupid?
Yes.
I met my neighbor and he goes,
Yeah.
"Hey, how you doing?" Garbage goes over there.
Oh.
That's the first thing he says.
You're-
Garbage goes over there. I was like,
What do you mean over there?
I was
what
putting
do
it
you
in the wrong spot.
But were you putting
No,
it on
what-
a
what
street?
does
I
that
don't want to
mean?
say, but I was putting it in the wrong
But
spot.
were you
Okay.
putting it on a street?
Yes.
And does a garbage truck go past that street?
Yes.
That-
It's
Why would
very
they-
stupid. It's
Okay.
very stupid.
All right.
So I've had 2 garbage days where they have actually taken my garbage. We made
Let's
it.
go!
I also got in trouble for the first time with the town already.
That's what that
Oh
was.
my God.
What
I
did
got
you
a little
do?
citation
Is that the
here.
the HOA or the town?
This is the town.
Oh my
So basically
god!
the
You are a
HOA.
homeowner and you are messing it up.
Not they picked up my garbage, gave me a little demerit, non-regulation container.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
So some towns.
You don't have a.
I
bin?
think I kind of know. I think it's too big.
Yeah.
It's the size of the ones you have outside.
I'm hating your town.
I also heard that it might be the lid is affixed. And what the towns on Long Island like to do is they like to take the garbage can, chuck it, and then just throw it on your lawn when they're done. So they rip the lid off, and if it's attached, it kind of flaps and they get annoyed.
This is
So that could be it.
wild because, like, when we take trash out, you might have seen it when you came in. It is overflowing. We
Yeah.
put bags on the street, extra stuff. This is literally giving you a whole list of things that you have to do with your trash.
Yeah. I also learned that pizza boxes can't be in the recycling with cardboard. You have to put them in with garbage.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's food?
Because there's like
greasy.
usually remnants of food in there, which kind of makes a little bit of sense.
Maybe they want to eat the pizza.
There is a
you
whole
can read.
laundry
There's a lot
list
of rules.
things that you're not
could figure
allowed
something
to
out.
do. All garbage cans must have handles and covers. Rubbish limit is 10 items and not to exceed. Wait.
I think that's like if you have big things that you want to put on the curb.
Okay.
My neighbor was like, you should go on the website and read all of the rules.
Dispose of glass with regular garbage. Well, that seems fair.
Yeah, there's a thing that happened a few years ago where they realized glass was never actually being recycled.
Oh, really?
They were just, I think like 5% of the glass was being recycled. And I think they sent it all to China or something to be recycled and they just stopped doing it.
Refuse must be removed from curb within 12 hours or violation will be issued. Why is that your fault if they
Wait,
pick
should
it
I
up on
not
it?
recycle glass
And
anymore
that's like
now?
if I put it out on the wrong day or if it's like a holiday or something.
Violation
You just
will
said
be
it doesn't.
issued.
This stuff never happens. I don't know what I did.
Okay.
Place dust, ashes, and animal feces into a sealed plastic bag.
Okay, that I do. I have a separate garbage outside for Zim, and we have a pooper scooper, and it's like a little thing we like pick
Oh,
it
that's
up.
nice.
Well, you got in trouble.
I got in trouble.
That's
I've been there
so
for
crazy.
a week. There's no actual like fine. They're just like, hey,
It's like a warning.
yeah, hey, get a different garbage can. So now I have to throw out the 2 garbage cans that I bought.
How do you?
What happens is
Yeah, how do you throw them out?
I have.
What do you put
My
them in?
parents had this issue. They had to put a sign on the garbage that said, "Please throw out the whole can," and it took like weeks for them to finally read
One
the
time,
sign.
I put out the garbage, and they took the whole garbage can with them as trash, and I was left without a garbage can. I called them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry about that." And like, "Can I have it back?" They're like, "No, we threw it out." I'm like, "Are you gonna replace it?" Like, "No,
Oopsies.
just go get a new one." I'm like, "What do you mean? I have to go get a new one? You stole
You
it
stole
from me.
it. You stole. Call the cops.
Yeah, you stole my trash can."
I still don't have a recycling container. They're like, we'll drop one off. I'm like, no, you're not gonna do that.
what's crazy in
Compost? No.
in
No, it's literally just one big recycling can.
in my town a couple years ago, they told us get rid of your garbage cans that go outside. We're gonna provide you with garbage cans to allow our trucks to pick them up and
It's like a
scoop it
robot.
in.
It's like a robot thing.
Yeah, so now we have like trash bins that we have to use. We can't use anything else
Yeah.
that's like third party trash cans. Otherwise, we get fined, which is insane to me.
Well, that's because it's like a robot.
Apartment complexes have the right idea. There's just a place where everyone just puts their trash, and
Yes.
you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
it.
No, New York City's got the right idea. Put everything on the curb.
Just put everything
and
outside.
Just pile
That's true.
everything on the sidewalk.
That's true. That's true.
Swim in a sea of
We just
trash.
take all the garbage and put it on the public.
Yeah, the building
I have
doesn't really
finished
have,
my
like, a place
Pepsi.
for garbage, so we
Put it
literally have to
outside.
take everything and put it on the garbage.
Yeah, do like, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
We throw it in the like public garbage
Yeah.
area. Yeah, which
If
you
it
can
works.
you can get fined for that too.
Oh.
You're not supposed to take.
Seriously fine.
Oh,
You
really?
just do it at night.
That's what. Yeah.
That's when they come out though. They come at midnight.
Yeah, don't do it at midnight.
So sometimes
Yeah, do it at 9
Bob will
p.m.
Be like, oh, they're here. We should wait.
Yeah, we should wait, and we'll sit with
Do it about
garbage in
it
our
gets
hands.
dark at like 4 p.m. now. You get it at like 9. You're fine.
Why is there so much trials and tribulations for garbage? I just want to throw out my
I don't
things.
know. I don't know why there's so many rules about garbage. Like
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, separate the recycling, separate that. Okay, understandable.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to.
But
help.
what is the limits of what I can and can't throw out? How and it's how I throw it.
You know what also annoys me? When I used to live in Texas, and we had rules like this where we couldn't have too much trash; it couldn't be overflowing. So we would always have extra trash, and then eventually our garage would be filled with like mostly cardboard waste and trash that just wouldn't fit. So we would try and go to the dump, and we had to go to like a specific dump. Otherwise, they wouldn't let you in unless it was like the dump for your town. And to get into the specific dump, you needed like your medical history, a bill from your recent like water and electricity,
Why? I just
your
wanna-
ID.
Why is it so hard to throw things out?
It was a nightmare. I'm like, you realize if I don't put it here now in this area that is for trash, I'm going to be taking it elsewhere and just leaving trash around
Yeah.
your state. Like, wouldn't
Yeah.
it be better to let me in?
Yeah.
I remember once we went, we loaded up the truck, we had everything, and we went, and we had everything prepared, our like dossier folder of like, here's where we live. But we had just moved and our IDs weren't updated yet. And they were like, your ID needs to have your address on it. So we had to leave with all our trash and put it back in the garage.
When Hannah was moving a few weeks ago, she had some things she needed to throw out. One of them was a giant mirror. And she's like, what are we going to do about this? And I was like, load it in your little tiny car. We're going to behind the Whole Foods and throwing it in their dumpster. We're going to commit a crime because there's literally nothing else we can do because we got to move in like 12 hours.
I always dream about
that's
doing
fine.
that.
We did it. We threw out a big mirror and a monitor. And I was like, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to park. We're going to immediately get out. I'm throwing out the mirror. You grab the monitor. We'll be in and out in 2 seconds. That way we don't get arrested.
Yeah, it's
My
called
God.
a dump and skirt.
We're doing a crime
Dump
together.
and skirt?
Yeah, you dump and skirt.
Yeah.
You get out of there real quick.
You should have
Throw
done it
in
at like a
weed.
GameStop, and then you could have gone dumpster diving first.
Yeah.
Got some cool stuff, threw out your trash,
Yeah.
then left.
Yeah, and so now when the other dumpster drivers come, they're like, what's all this random trash?
Oh, a mirror. We busted it. I parked. We busted out of the car. I got out, flipped the dumpster open, threw the mirror in, and she stood there. I was like, get the monitor. Come on. We're committing a crime.
She was being lookout.
You're supposed to be my partner.
Oh my God.
Making
She
sure that-
froze. She's like, I feel like we're not supposed to be doing this.
It can be a fine up to $500.
Yeah. Now we're all going to get citations mailed to us for committing these crimes.
I
well.
committed a
I'm
crime.
admitting to
Tax
crimes
write-off.
live on the
Any
internet.
crime.
Ever in your whole life?
I have never done
It's
it.
true. I'm aiding.
I
I'm
did
aiding
a
and abetting.
crime. You'll never know what town it was in. Or
have a
what
guess.
state even. I'm not even from there.
I'm thankful for trash collectors.
yeah.
Listen,
When
I'm
they
thankful for
take
them
the
too.
trash, yeah.
They're doing a service, but please
Except when they
let
take
it
my
be
trash
easier
can.
for us.
In New York, firefighters are NY's finest. Police are the finest. Firefighters are the bravest, and the trashmen are the strongest.
They
They're
are the
called New York's
strongest.
strongest.
They are the strongest.
I
They
just
take
like-
a
I
lot
like-
of
I
big
like
stuff.
Yeah.
I like that they're called that.
We should
The-
become.
who's
we
New
should become
York's
New York
coolest?
trash men.
They're also
I
distinct.
don't know New York's coolest.
Who is New York's coolest?
Yeah, who's New York's coolest?
You.
You're not even from there.
All the way from Maryland.
That's how cool
Hey.
you are.
Hey, how you doing?
done. All right.
All right.
See ya.
Cool.
I'm going to the delicatessen. You want to come through? Want it the Aki way? Sure.
What are we eating today? Or do you want to surprise us?
Well, if you would eat the honey here, I was gonna tell you a story.
Is that honey?
It's lemon honey.
Are we
What?
sponsored?
Ooh, you didn't say anything about
So
lemon
Kim and
honey.
I went to a peddler's village near here, and we found a little store that had honey and like oils, like olive oils and stuff. And we found lemon honey, and there was a couple others, and that one's really good. But I was in there, and we were like looking around for a while, and the person that owned the store was like in the store, and like we were all just like vibing, right? We're looking at honeys, and then randomly this guy goes, "You're Beatemups." I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I know you. I watch all your videos. I love everything that you do." And I'm like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." So I'm gonna leave you alone. I know you must get this a lot, but I'm gonna leave you alone. So like, just have a nice day.
That is interesting.
Immediately, the guy that owns went, "So these are our honeys, and like they're all locally," and he's like looking at me. "They're all locally sourced, and it's bees that we own, and all." It went so much.
This place ain't about video games. It's about honey.
I know. I'm like, I'm not promoting your honey. You don't have to. I'm not gonna Instagram promote your honey.
You made us try Vegemite last night. You forced us
Yes.
to try Vegemite last night.
Yes. Well, I want to stress that I had no intention of making people try Vegemite, but someone noticed
yeah.
it. Someone noticed it in the fridge, and
Was
I
it
was.
Hannah or was it Jordan?
I think Jordan noticed it,
Jordan.
and I was like, "Yo, want to try?" So I did the funny thing first, where I put some on a spoon for everyone
You
because
put
that's
a lot on a spoon.
because that's not. It wasn't a lot.
It
was a lot.
It was like the tip of the spoon.
You gave Jordan
lot
a
of
lot, but I think that
I'm
was
not
accidental.
wasting my Vegemite here, guys. It costs a lot to get it here. I gave him a tip of a spoon, but either way, you're not supposed to eat it like that. And then they all hated it. And then I said, "Who wants to eat it the right way?"
Yeah.
So I made some toast. I threw on some butter and a light, thin spread of Vegemite, and I think it's delicious. The only
was
one that
fine.
the only one that ate it fully was Bob. Did you eat the
I
whole
ate the-
thing?
yeah, I ate the whole
Oh,
thing.
okay. What did you think?
I said it was better that way. It was good.
Okay,
It was better that way.
I will also come to your aid about this. Everyone's trying to demonize you about making them try Vegemite.
I was forcing it down their
You
throats.
were actually so reluctant to give away your Vegemite. People were like,
No,
"I want to
it's like-
try it. I
it's
wanna
He
cold.
try
wanted
it."
us to try it, but he was also like, only try it if you're going to actually eat it. Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
want.
that's
I didn't
why
want to
he was
waste it. But I
reluctant.
also
He was
didn't
like,
want.
"You're not trying it correctly," and everyone was like, "Just give me a spoon." He's like, "That's not how you try it."
It's also like I've been here like 6-7 years at this point, and a lot of like the shtick of like, "Oh, I'm Australian with Vegemite" is very much one off. So it's like, yeah, if you want to try some, I'll make you some, and it'll be fun to see if you like it. But I'm not gonna try and throw it down your throat.
so on the spoon, it was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
It
But-
has 3 levels.
It's just super
of
salty.
taste. It starts off tasting like licorice. Then it goes to okay, you know what? There's not much here. I can get with that. And then it just hits you with this extreme blast of salt.
I got salty earwax just the whole way.
I had 3 stages.
A lot of people say it tastes like bike chain oil
I heard that. Hannah said
you
it
just-
sounded like oil. It
when
tastes
when
like
you
oil.
just eat
Yeah.
it normally.
It has the texture of oil for sure.
It is literally just yeast.
How do you know?
It is yeast and salt. Those are the 2 ingredients: yeast, salt, and color. It's barley. It's barley yeast too, so it tastes a little bit like solidified beer.
On the buttered toast, it just tastes like salty. Like they make butter that has salt in it, like salty
Yeah,
butter, and
yeah.
it tastes like that. Just an extreme version of that because it is super salty.
Now the amount that I put on your toast was that was like the lightest I was willing to go that you could say you've tried it. I would probably do 2 or 3 times that amount if
Yeah,
I
that's
want
just salt.
if I
That's
wanted
just
to actually
dumping salt on there.
I think it had the perfect amount.
yeah that I figured that would be good for everybody.
Why is it called Vegemite? There's no veggie involved.
I don't know. But there's a British version called Marmite.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing. It tastes a little different, but it's essentially the same thing. I don't know.
Now what's marmalade?
But there was a whole song about being a happy little Vegemite.
Is that like the cousin of Marmaduke?
Do you not know what marmalade is?
Yeah, it's a dog named Marmaduke.
I
all
love
I know.
Marmaduke.
Marmalade is like a apricot jam, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good old apricot.
It's pretty
jam.
good.
That honey thing was pretty good.
Yeah.
That has a
no,
really
I like
good
it.
taste to
We
it.
got a few different flavors. It's good.
I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too.
What a great time.
Yeah, me too. And Friendsgiving, even better.
We're learning
Oh my
that
God.
Friendsgiving is just this weekend. We thought we were being
Yeah, I thought
Special.
I thought I was being cute, but that is actually a thing for this weekend.
everyone's just doing it. It'll probably be like a real thing soon.
Um
I saw a TikTok that was like, Friendsgiving's coming up. This is when you realize what friend groups you're actually a part
yeah,
of.
I know.
And who makes the cut and who doesn't.
I feel bad because like I organized it, so it's like who didn't I invite? But we
If
had
you're not
to,
here, Wood doesn't really like you.
I think it makes sense for you because there's people that you would have loved to invite, but they're too far away.
Yes, to clarify, I only invited people that were really close and like within like driving distance, and Miss Click, who I offered to fly out if she wanted to come because that's different. I wanted Miss Click here because Kim and Miss Click.
But to be fair, Miss Click's not that far away.
she's not that far. It wouldn't be a long flight. But Miss Click is family to me. I love Miss Click. So, but other than that,
but everyone
it's a
else,
good out that you have to be like in the middle of Pennsylvania where you're like kind of close to people, but not really close to people. So you can pick and choose like who's too far away and who's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, a large reason why we picked to live here was because, you know, we're not in the city, but we're close enough that everyone can come hang out. Yeah. So, yeah, it worked out really well. I am worried that people will be upset. I don't even know who it would be, though.
Good cry.
Good cry.
I was waiting for you to vlog this whole Thanksgiving.
Really? Yeah. I didn't know. The only content I wanted to make around it was this podcast. I was down to just kind of chill. Yeah.
And wrestling.
I was also going to get presents for everybody. I thought that would be really fun. But we went shopping twice to find presents, and we couldn't find anything for anyone that really stood out. So we decided
is the food.
to do Christmas
You're doing
instead.
a lot.
But we did get one.
It's our presents. We're
And it's for
here.
Oh no.
You were the first person we were like, that is so obviously for you.
I feel so bad I brought absolutely nothing.
I feel bad that I only got a present for you.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Is that a tree ornament?
Oh my god, I know exactly how much it was. It's a little, it looks like a tree ornament. It's so
wow,
funny,
thanks.
Jordan.
And I know how much it was.
Let me destroy this $20 thing.
Is it a coffee maker?
It's a little espresso machine.
Aww.
That's a clock.
Also,
It looks like a tree ornament.
Also,
that's pretty
it was on sale because the battery's dead. So
I gotta tell you, I would never ever replace the battery on this thing. So it would have died anyway.
Okay.
Thank you. What time should I set it to?
That's
a
fun.
fun
You got
time.
it
It's
right
It's gonna
now.
be forever.
Yeah, this exact time.
You said to 420.
Blaze it.
But yeah, no one else gets anything because that's the only present we found. We also found socks that you would really like, and I was like, I can't buy 2 presents for Bob. So
I appreciate it.
Being
You didn't have to
invited
get me
wasn't
anything.
Enough.
Yeah.
okay.
Like I said, the food, you're doing a lot here.
Yeah, you are doing a lot. You and
lot
Kim
going on.
are
There was
fantastic.
You've done a lot for me
There was
in
a
this
little
podcast.
towel set up in the bathroom with a bar of soap.
we're
on top.
accommodated.
It was crazy. It was like I'm in a hotel. It was awesome around here. You guys should come.
Yeah, I got breakfast. I have lunch and I have dinner. I got to sleep here.
Well, you've all done a lot for me, but you specifically with this podcast have been through a lot with me. And you know what I just realized too? This is episode 29, I'm pretty sure. You know what that means?
That means we're almost up to the contract.
We're almost up to what the original
It's time to
contract
renegotiate.
that we would have been locked into for 30 episodes is up.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't do that.
We would have been fine, but we would have been bitching the whole time.
We would have been fine and had made no money.
True. That's true. Hey. Still haven't taken any money out of the account.
That's true. But there wouldn't be money to
Soon
take
we
out.
are, though, because I got to be paid back for the merch.
I know.
Got to do that.
That everybody bought, right? By the way, Black Friday sale, is it still going?
I think so.
Don't
If
you
it's
mean
not, we
block
will
buy the
November.
merch.
This
No,
is-
that's Satisfy. This is
That's Satisfy.
This is a
sorry,
week
sorry.
after Thanksgiving.
Even if there's no sale, hoodies are still up.
Hoodies are still up.
Hoodies
Buy
are
the
in
merch.
box.
Hoodies.
Go buy the brand new hoodies. It is Christmas almost, and which means it's actually snowed a little bit last night for like an hour.
Yeah.
It didn't stick. It was like a little bit of, but
It was a surprise.
it's getting cold, so you might need a hoodie, and your whole family might need one too. So go to the store and buy hoodies. Let's just make the rest of the episodes this year holiday themed.
I'm so excited for the holiday stuff. I love holiday.
Look at how happy
We
you are.
should
so
do.
happy.
We should do a.
so happy.
What's that thing where we all buy gifts and then we like mix them all around, or
elephant.
like,
Yeah,
Pink
whatever.
elephant.
or like I want that one, and then
Purple elephant.
Yeah, white elephant.
let's do that. Let's do that for an episode.
Blue elephant.
For a whole
Oh.
episode.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
Oh, we could do. Okay, I have ideas.
All right.
It's
I'll
gonna
give you
just
guys.
get weird.
It's gonna get weird. I agree. Yeah,
All right, like, comment, subscribe, leave us a rating. We're going to do a bonus episode right now that you can get on Patreon. So go to Patreon if you want to see that. And hopefully we can get done pretty soon because the food should be almost ready.
Oh my god.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy
Bye.
holidays.